Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're taking on the 2.5-star quest, the Machine Herald, going up to battle against Viktor with our 1-star Teemo. So if you're not familiar with Viktor, he says the foe's units with keywords have +1/+1. So with our Teemo, we have recently just gotten him up to level 13. We're hoping to be able to really power through with the addition of the extra relic. And so what we'll be using with our Teemo today is the Scout plus Round End Recall. That's Gale Force. This lets us get a flipped Teemo hit in on the first turn. And now that we get the second relic, we can go back to using the Lost Chapter. So when we summon our Teemo, we refill our spell mana. So this should let us basically get 2 free mana every turn if we play our Teemo, get that 3 spell mana, and then have him recall. And so we're looking to power through a lot of our early game spells with Teemo in the Lost Chapter. That should become extra useful with cards like Conchologist in our deck, and then things like Stress Defense to help manage the board a little bit. And so we're looking to really become more of a combo deck than an aggro deck as we were before we hit this champion level 13. So before we jump in, if you aren't familiar with Teemo's attack abilities, it's when allies attack, you put 5 poison puff caps on random cards in the enemy deck. That's how we're able to get that flipped hit in on the first turn of the game using Teemo and Scout. And so there we have it. I'm ready. Hope you're ready. Teemo's ready. Viktor's ready. Everyone's ready if we can just click on the damn thing. All right, off to battle. Okay, so the thing we always have to watch out for against these P and Z based opponents is they're going to have a lot of elusives. And so as we come into battles, we can't necessarily count on our Teemo to come in and just outright win the game, as he has potential to get blocked early. But I forgot that I'd gone through this before. We didn't get particularly strong into the battle. We're going to have to pick one of the turny powers. I'm just going to go with flexible game plan to draw the extra 2 cards at the beginning. Help us try and find that turn 1 Teemo. So into the Plaza Guardians at the round start. The foe reduces the cost of their Plaza Guardians everywhere by 1. He's going to be dropping those Poros on us. Is it the Daring? Is it Daring Poro? I can't remember. It's annoying, whatever it's called. I'll give it that. All right, so we took a full mulligan looking for Teemo. Didn't find him. We drew 2. Didn't find him. Sad day. Sad day. Gonna have to count on you, Puffcap Pup. All right, he's got a keyword, so he gets the +1/+1. We don't get the straight up kill on the ballistic bot, but we do get the opportunity to put 8 puff caps into the opposing deck, so more than happy to go ahead and make the attack. Okay, so we'll take down the Practical Perfectionist. I'd say we'll take a point of damage from the Ignition. Oh, did not expect an attack. Interesting. Now are you going to play the Ignition after combat? Just ignore the Augment? Not play it at all. Okay. You know, to each their own. Everyone has their own style. We don't like to say it's bad. We like to say that it's interesting. That was an interesting decision that the opponent made. All right, but we get a free takedown on the Poro. We get some damage into the opponent. Poison Dart onto the Eager Apprentice looks pretty good. And hopefully we can get out of this one without taking too much more damage. We have a Sump Fumes to maybe kill this Daring Poro. My worries aren't too high. All right, so who do we want to block the Plaza Guardian with? Probably just the Lecturing Yordle. I don't think we're going to get too much more usage out of the Yordle attacks. We're out here talking trash about opponent, but then we couldn't do the mathematics to get that Daring Poro off of the board, and so let's see if we can't clean this up a little bit.
I've memorized all the Bandit Scout rules.
Okay. So what do we got? Opponents at 22 puff caps. I don't feel very good about being able to kill them here. We got a stress defense to stop one of the Plaza Guardians. Looks like we'll take a few points this turn, but I was definitely hoping to get out of this one without taking that much damage. What do you have, Conchologist? Nothing here lets us get the blockers on board. I'll pick up the Production Surge just in case. If opponent doesn't want to come in and attack right here, then we could have potentially Production Surged and got blockers across the board. Where are we at? Where are you at, Stress Defense? Here we go. Only take one from the Plaza Guardian with Sump Fumes. The Daring. Yeah, we should be good to get the Teemo in action. Okay, so we'll add Teemo to the board. We'll gain the 3 spell mana and go into the next turn. Lots of needless Teemo playing in our future just to bank up that mana. Alright, this game should be good and done. Teemo's going to get all these double puff cap hits in. Then we got the 2 Ava Achievers. We gotta go big. We just gotta see how many puff caps we can actually hit on the next turn. It should be a pretty large number. that's all the game really amounts to, right? Let's see. Ava Achiever. We've got 181 in his 28 cards, and so that should be quadrupling as well once it hits. Hopefully we can get him for 6, you know? $44, not bad. Okay, so what you got for us? I'm not really excited about any of these. I don't think I'm quite ready to just come out and take a reroll, but these cards aren't very good. I'm just going to go with the Alpha Wild Claw. Gives us a way to kind of punch in that damage at the end game. Although it is, God, it's so expensive. God, these cards are all trash. Let's be real. I don't want the Ember Maiden because it's just not going to kill anything, right? All of his units have +1/+1 because of that Viktor ability. I guess it's with the assembly line. We can at least get some width with the blockers and do Teemo shenanigans to get the spell mana, but not really excited about that one. Now with these, what can we pull off here? There's action, which is always good. A little worried about action with the free attack attached to him, but he's a good champion. Otherwise, this LeBlanc is pretty meaty. She's got +1/+3, so she'll be a 6/4 for 3. That's not a bad deal. And we could maybe make use of Bloody Business. We don't have too many units that activate it, though. I'm mainly just interested in LeBlanc and Thorn of the Rose. All right, well, maybe we'll hit some reputation and then just make more copies of Teemo. Right? That's a valid strategy across the board. Okay, so coming up into this next set, we have the Rekindler. I think that lets you buy revives. The Chumpwump. Oh, what does he do? What? Is this not an encounter? Why am I clicking on the exclamation point and it's Chumpwump? Anyways, well, there's a spells chest, and then the one I was trying to get over to is the champion item chest. This this battle here against the Profiteer can be kind of tough. They tend to have a really tall, one single strong unit that we can have a bit of trouble dealing with, and so we really need to be finding our Teemo early in this matchup. Don't have him here, so we'll mulligan everything. Thorn of the Rose should be useful here if we can get her on board. There he is, here to save the day. It's Teemo. So I'm going to go ahead and play, right? We're going to get that 3 spell mana. We'll break the Roiling Sands down. And then we should be able to Sump Fumes the Rockhopper. It's a moderately dangerous play. Maybe we should have just waited until he attacked. Right, if he hits tough, we're going to lose Teemo. If he hits +2 health, we're going to lose Teemo. We probably should have just taken the 3 damage. But feeling much better now. Do we need to get the unit on board, though? The thing with the Puffcap Pup attack is the first Teemo strike isn't that big of a deal, right? You've got the 15 Puffcaps in the deck and they double up to 30, but if we get these Puffcap Pup attacks in early, we can kind of switch over to Teemo later and get the double flipped hits in, which is what you really need to kind of count on those to count on those big Puffcap buildups. Into Waking Sands, sure. Anything cool here? Nothing that great. The Roar of the Slayer could be pretty decent here. Killing the weakest enemy is good if your opponent only has one unit on the board, right? So it's not that great on this one. But on an upcoming turn, we have a little bit more potential for power. You know, starts to lucky find up this Callous Bone Crusher. Don't have to worry about him nearly as much. Let's just go ahead and get the takedown. Ha, you're so weak, Callous Bone Crusher. Good stuff. So now we can get Teemo back down. We can throw in the Mushroom Cloud. That'll get us up to the requisite number of Puffcaps for a flipped hit. And we'll really start loading them up. Might look to get a Thorn of the Rose in this turn as well. He should be loading up the Vicarum Bruiser. Probably not going to be a real strong turn, because I think I'd rather save the Guile for next turn. But we'll see if he starts loading it up, going for spell shields or whatever. Maybe this is okay. I mean, we have the stress defense, we have the bloody business. Let's just bring the booms. Nothing wrong with bringing the booms, am I right? Probably won't hit for 13 here, but one can dream. 3, pretty close. You know, 13 and 3 both got 3s on it. That's the way. That's the way math works, right? I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Alright, so I don't want to get Teemo down just yet. I don't want him getting at risk from the Bruiser. Let's add in the Pup, and then we're gonna stress defense this turn.
When we look ahead, we know how to prepare.
No spell shield, please. F. I asked for it. We can at least stress defense our own unit and not take any damage, but not exactly how I wanted it to go. Alright, get a bit of that mana. I think we're good. You know what's about to happen. We're dropping Teemo. The safe thing for us here is you can't get Lucky Find, or you can't get Elusive off of the Lucky Find, so our Teemo shouldn't be at too much risk. We can play a removal spell, though. Uh-oh. And I was just thinking in my head, we'd be nice to get the +1/+1 onto this Achiever somehow with whatever combat trick it is, or whatever item it is, so that he can start to bloody business our opponents. Ooh, this is kind of scary. He's only got about... Why is his deck so big? He's got 30-some cards in there? Jesus. He's only got about 3 damage coming at him. This is what I was worried about. Oh boy. Only hit for 3. It'd be cool if this this manifest wasn't stuck in the middle of the screen. I could get behind that being a thing. How big is this dum-dum? He has 5? Okay, so at least don't get nugged for the full amount. That LeBlanc was a a pretty lucky draw. All to 16. Get to look at this stupid card back for the rest of the game. It's a small indie company that put this together. I'm not, you can't hate on that guy making this out of his mom's basement. Oh my gosh, and he went the turn without drawing any puff caps? Okay. Okay. I knew this is a tough battle, but that's a little obnoxious. Alright, squeeze him. Squeeze him good. Okay. Whew. I squeezed. I don't know if you did, but my cheeks were clenched on that one. Okay, the champion item chest. Let's see if it's going to be worth it. So, what are our other options here? I'm not, like, amped about this for glory, but again, kind of in, like, the same vein of the assembly line. We should get to cast it for 3, and it does have this gain a bunch of health back. And so I think it's going to be a little bit better than the Battlecaster or the Brutal Hunter. We're never going to win any of these games with attack damage, right? We're only going to win it through puff caps, and so things like the Battlecaster aren't that great. The Brutal Hunter is a good interactive unit, but I like the heal that's attached to this this guy. Into the champion item test, just loading up Teemo. That is nice to have the when I'm summoned draw 1, since we play him pretty much every turn of the game. But I don't feel like we've been running out of cards. Like, how many cards are in our deck? 28. It is a real risk to like deck ourselves if we're drawing 2 cards every turn of the game. I know it always sounds ridiculous when I'm like, oh, let's skip on card draw. It's like if you play card games for so long, it sounds absurd to say. But I think I either want the +1/+1 or I want to reroll. The +1/+1 doesn't quite let Teemo live against opposing Poros, but helps him survive against, say, like Viktor Death Rays. If we're going to go that route, we should maybe just pick up the Tough. Tough will help with, like, Steam Chempunk Shredders and the like. Okay. Ugh. So, alright. Game start. The foe summons a Warlord's Palace. When the foe's Warlord Palace counts down to 0, they steal a mana gem and summon another Warlord's Palace. Don't be stealing my gems, bruh. Stealing my gems. Alright, so I think this is a reasonable enough start with Teemo, Stress Defense, and LeBlanc. Got the really high-powered units. Oh. Now that I stop and think about it, I'm not as excited about LeBlanc, given that we can't play her and Teemo on turn 3. But we'll see how this shapes up. All right, there's the Teemo booms. Empty board.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back.
What you got? Bloodthirsty Marauder. Oh, he's got 3 health. Good for you, man. I was like, cool. We're just gonna boom it with the sub fumes, but he's a little too big for that. All right, let's just prevent the damage. So can we ever be getting like lethals on this next off these Teemo hits? It's like if we think we can get a lethal, then sure, we should just drop Teemo and start blasting. But if we don't think we're going to be able to get a lethal next turn, then we probably need to just like drop LeBlanc and then be ready with the bloody business. And I'm leaning a little bit more towards LeBlanc. I don't know exactly what their removal suite looks like, but we at least don't have to worry about quicksands here, right? Quicksand would be the typical scary thing when you attack with LeBlanc. But now that I remember she has the +1/+3 Savage Shield, it's not nearly as scary.
Useless pawn.
Ooh, we get these LeBlanc flips, and then we get to start playing mirror images of Teemo. Oh, he doesn't have 5 attack. Boo! What a dumb card. Okay. Okay. Make a sad noise, please. Alright, so let's go ahead and spend the spell mana that we can. We're going to be dropping a Teemo. No need to waste it, you know. Opponent's going to steal a mana gem. Awkward. Just out here fooling around, though. It doesn't seem like he's really doing anything. So I'll add a Peddler, follow up with Teemo, then we'll play a, looks like a Sump Fumes at this point.
Another day in the field.
Get all those juicy puff caps in the deck. Well, time to start swinging.
Smoke and mirrors. Took it fair and square.
Think we got him.
Starts with mushrooms.
How many puff caps is this now? 174 into 24 cards. If we don't get him with the puff caps, we can at least maybe get him with the spell. 11? Cool. Got him.
Another rose for the garden.
Another rose for the garden. Beautiful. So what are we doing out of these? Most of these not that exciting, but I could definitely see some usage for them, right? When an ally with 5 power dies, create a random one. I'm not interested in the Apothecary, but the Black Rose Spy has this mana gem thing attached to it, and then the Living Library gets to be cheaper. And I'm leaning like a little bit towards the Library, just to give us that extra punch with the elusive units in the later game. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. It's pretty tough to pass on these round start mana gems. All right, item chest. What you got for us? Not opposed to Conchologist, right? This is another card that plays nicely with Teemo or the Puff Cap Pup. Just the speed wraps aren't that exciting on the Conchologist. I'm going to pick up the Pup and get the +2 health just to pick up the better blocker. Now we have the choice of a shop or a healer. This is usually the big decision in the Viktor matchup. I feel like Viktor isn't the real boss here. The real boss here is Azir. And typically, if you're able to take down Azir, then you just win the game from that point forward. And so there's definitely like real reasoning to come in and just heal. You take a ton of damage from the Sand Soldiers, and I worry about them to a degree, given that we don't really have good blockers, right? We did just pick up the 3/5s that can block a 4 attack unit pretty good, but 16 is usually a fairly healthy amount of health, and we have a revive, and so I don't think I'm going to go and heal out of this one. I'm leaning more towards just coming in and cutting a card. Let's do that. I could definitely see the shop, but that's a little RNG heavy. So where are we at, Chumpwump? Thanks for trying to party, but we won't be drawing you today. So Azir, the foe's Sand Soldiers everywhere have +2 attack. So they have 4 attack in total, right? They have the 1 normal, 1 because they have ephemeral, and then they have the 2 from Azir. So he has all these 4 attack Sand Soldiers that then deal 5 damage if they're unblocked. So with this, I'm not going to entirely mulligan for Teemo because these Puff Cap Pups are going to be so strong here. So I'm willing to hang on to them. Didn't find any of our friend. Ooh, there he is. And it's like one of the typical strategies I like to take into Azir is you just do your best to make sure that he dies, right? You take your removal spells for him, but we don't have the removal to really deal with Azir. And so we're kind of stuck with him at this point. But, you know, if he wants to block, no complaints from me. It's one way to take him down. He's got the Scrying Sands. I was thinking to my head, it was like, should we just take the damage onto our pup so that we have the opportunity to Scrying Sands Azir next turn? And of course, we didn't do it. Probably gonna live to regret that one forever. Okay, incoming Sand Soldiers. They got the big attacks now. So aggressive with this Azir today. Alright. Hopefully not dead. That's a good place to be, right? Hopefully not dead. Fall to 2. We do have the 4 glory next turn. So we should be able to, kind of instantly heal. But you do have to worry about, he plays like free attack units. And so there's definitely some stuff to worry about. If he plays a desert guy, whatever. Desert Guy is apparently his new name. Fresh Azir. Okay. We got the answer for Azir. I think I'm feeling a little bit better about this one now.
Ooh, quite a collection. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
So much damage coming through with these Teemos.
I'll scout ahead.
Face me.
So I guess we'll go about it like this. The only interesting thing with this attack is you want the puff cap pup to the left of your Teemo. So you get the 3 puff caps in and then they double. 6 is more than 3, and so we want more than 3. Dropping a little knowledge bomb on you out there, in case you didn't know those mathematics. I got it locked and loaded for you now. Okay, coming Desert's Wrath. I'd like to be able to deal with 2 units at the same time here if we can. So I'm going to drop Conchologist, see if we can't pick up a good spell. Death's Hand is perfect. Hopefully we're good to go now. Looks like we're taking 0 unless he's got another card. Beautiful.
Nothing like the
I will take that free 3 spell mana. On to the next turn. Good job, Teemo. You make it so easy to play these 6th cost spells. You should be Lux's best friend.
hut, 2, 3, 4. Swiftly.
Alright, we're blasted now. How many puff caps y'all think we're going to hit for next turn?
For glory, you are mine.
What are we getting up to here? He's at 184 right now, so it should be like, I don't know, 700 or so. Nice round number. 390, that's it? Oh, I thought we were going to get 2 Teemo hits in. It's just 1. Got him for 17. Good stuff. All right. You have been bested, Azir. Now, we're going to be coming up on another interesting decision in terms of if we want to fight the vicious enemy. You can think on it until we get there, but let's see what we can do until then. And so, with Teemo, we do have the draw card thing popping back up. Let's take a reroll, see if we can't find something a little bit stronger. I think I'm okay with the +1/+1. Now he can survive Mystic Shots, and that can be fairly important. Let's see. Get a power. X-Tech Observatory. It's like, do we even need it? I'm getting the visions together of all these big spells that we've been casting and everything, and the Hextech Observatory gives us that free mana back. I just don't think we need it here. I could see some argument for Rush Them Down. That works for Teemo every time, but that's kind of not very high powered, and neither is Bouncing Blade. So let's take a reroll, and boom. We either got, both of these are strong, either the Mana Flow or Sharing is Caring. Sharing is Caring, when you summon an ally, give its keywords to all allies, and we give all of our allies Scout Tough. and elusive. Scout tough and elusive. That's pretty powerful, but I'm almost a little bit more interested in the mana flow. But it's like I know you can almost see it down here at the bottom. We've got this vicious enemy. That's the one I'm talking about. The enemy here, it does two things, right? That's the one. It's a Hextech Observatory, right? Or not? It's the Hextech Foundry, the one that draws cards every turn. And so if we're able to load the deck up with puff caps that's drawing extra cards every turn, we have the chance to just kind of power through the encounter. But it does flood the board out fairly quickly. And I don't think we need to worry about playing it for value. I think if we're going to play it, we just should go for it with the mana gem so that we can try and match it on board and flood the board along with it. So, right, that's the interesting thing here. You can go Hex Core Foundry, you can pick up the power and then go directly to Viktor, or you can, go to the Foundry, pick up the power, go to the slower route to the right, or you can just take the full on slow route to the right and not take on this encounter. But whew, this is tough. It's got they're just so good at flooding the board. I'm gonna go for it. Going in. It's just, we've got we've got the puff cap power in here. I'm just envisioning the card draw being enough to take them down. So, ooh, beautiful, and we're getting to start with Teemo as well. Okay. The only downside to this hand is it doesn't have any spells in it. I'm gonna get rid of the Black Rose Spy. See if we can't pick up a spell to use with our Teemo here early. Guess we can use a we can use a Mushroom Cloud. Alright, opponent's gonna flood out their whole hand. I kind of had some pause with the Puff Cap Pup, but now that he's got the bigger unit on board, I'm not... Oh shit, I thought it was our attack token. This is still okay, but it's not ideal. Whoops, little whoopsies there. It's not how you look the strongest up against the Hexcore Foundry. Okay, Death Ray doesn't do anything. That's nice. Since we have the other Teemo in hand, let's just go for the max damage prevent here. Also potentially lets us attack with the Puff Cap Pup next turn, although I am probably just going to play the Conchologist. Maybe he can wait a turn. So it's we've got all this mana and we're about to just get even more mana. I don't really want to waste it. It's a little easier now that we picked up the Sump Fumes. Yes, this doesn't kill the unit, but we're able to attack into the Dredger with a Puff Cap Pup now. Oh, not attacking into the Voltician, though. So let's add the Black Rose Spy. That's going to give us a mana gem. Going to add in the Teemo. He is appropriately sized to deal with these daring Poros. I think we're good. Oh, he just doesn't even block? Interesting. All right. Well, let's see if this is the thing that we were interested in playing against the Foundry. That's right. We haven't loaded up a ton of Puff Caps, but he's going to be drawing 2 cards every turn. So we're getting really close to that being extra relevant. All right, he drops in a shady character. We got to get, well, I guess we can play LeBlanc, right? I was going to say we need to be able to deal with 2 cards playing 1 card this round. And so we can't add LeBlanc and then look to Bloody Business another unit down. Can't sequence Teemo into this very nicely, though. I mean, we can play him, but we just don't get the bonus mana. I wonder if opponent will play another card, though. That's the risky business here. If it goes wrong, right? Let's say we're saying okay, I'm going to be ultra greedy. I'm gonna Sigil of Malice the Chump Wump. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's just add Teemo. He can block the clump of Wumps, and then we can try and Bloody Business down another big unit.
Useless pawn. Tongue-tied.
Well, I guess actually at this point, the bigger damage is coming out of the Sump Dredger, but he's gonna be like less scary than the Sump. He's gonna be less scary when opponent plays Progress Day. We can still try and take down this this 1 health unit with a Sigil of Malice. All right, let's see if we can't get out of this without taking too much more damage. Ooh, 4 glory, beautiful.
Prepared for anything.
Give me all the manas, please. He's got mushroom clouds. We've got mushroom clouds. Everybody's got them.
The mum's still like a yodel in uniform.
So we'll be taking him up to 60 puff caps. Hopefully we can get him on his next attack token. All right, we're not going to get him here.
I'll scout ahead for glory.
What a treat.
You're mine.
Then I'm going to leave this 1 health unit up. We should finally be able to Sigil of Malice it next turn. But try to leave it up. He has a different answer in blocking with LeBlanc. That's fine. Uh-oh. Game just break? What are you doing? Alright. I think we're still in action. Ooh, we took 4? We don't even have that many puff caps in our deck, man. We got... Or was that his animation? Whew, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Fair enough.
Let's make it deep.
Alright, here's a Conchologist. Hopefully he can get an interactive spell. He doesn't. I'm going to just pick up the Scrap Dash Assembly here. If he plays his last card, that'll let us get 2 blockers on the board. Oh man, the 4 glory only heals for 3 now. That's kind of sucky. I wanted the full 6 heal here, not the 3 heal.
Persistence is key.
All right, so I think we're pretty close to winning the game, but we do have to worry a bit about just this incidental damage that we're about to take. No idea who's taking this puff cap damage here. somebody took some, somebody else took some. We finished with 4.
Another day in the field.
No one knows these streets like me.
This is a burst. Oh, what's he at? 64 is it? I think we probably need to get the Ava Achiever on board this round, and so let's go ahead and play him first. I don't think we're going to be able to get Teemo in twice. I just worry about... that's fine. I just worry about if we go for Conchologist and miss, then we're going to have a bit of a struggle, and Conchologist is going to draw cards here. Oh god, something else gets stuck on the screen? Get it together, Riot. Good. I was like, I wonder if he's going to play the map before we attack so we know who we need to pull out of combat.
They'll never know what hit 'em.
I'll cut them apart. Face me.
You're mine.
All right, so we're good in that sense. You know, we're getting all the damage in we need. This is, again, we're going to take some damage next turn. Hopefully it's just like 2, right? We have 12 puff caps and 13 cards. Seems like we've been taking excessive amounts there, but hopefully it's not that much. Wow, he only took 4. We took 0. And then he took 10. Got him for exacties. Oh no, the other animation already hit. Fuck, we got to do another card draw? God damn it. Okay. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Look at that. He's got 140 puff caps and 26, and they were getting doubled. And so we hit for 2 puff caps, and then we hit for 5? Game. All right.
Rule 102. Practice makes perfect.
Maybe he'll play, I bet his last card's Progress Day, and that's why he's not playing it. All right, let's try this again. Brutal. All right, he takes 18. All right, Viktor. Well, we're ready. We got enough health. Hopefully we can... Usually if you can survive like the first turn against Viktor, then you're good to go. And I think as long as we pick up like a turn 1 Teemo, we should certainly be fine. All right, so the cards here. Happy enough with Thorn of the Rose. If we get to stun Viktor once, that should be good. Into these last ones, we have 1 reroll if we need it, but round start stun, the strongest enemy, is a pretty powerful defensive. Let's go. I mean, we could look to go to the shop and to the T-Hex and like that route, but you know what they say. You only live once. So the foe's units have +1/+1 for each of their keywords. Lots of really powerful armed gearheads on the first turn. And then after that, hopefully we're safe. All right. I think that's everything we need. We got the Teemo, the stress defense, and then a 2-drop. I dig it. For glory here for the third turn, second attack token. Okay.
Reporting in. Swiftly.
All right, good start, team. Good start.
Doesn't everything. They'll never know what hit 'em.
They'll never know what hit them.
Success is planting your mushrooms. More mushrooms.
What you got for us, Viktor? Do you even have a play? That's that's one of the things Viktor will run into on occasion. He just doesn't have anything to do. So how do we want to handle this? I don't think we have to worry about the Nyandroid killing us. I'm not like 100% certain on this encounter, but if things go entirely wrong here, we still have a stress defense to morph it back to 1 attack. But I'm thinking that if we get to play LeBlanc here, then we can go into next turn. We can play we can just open with the 4 glory and then immediately play Teemo. And I think we should be safe. I think we're safe. All right, so Viktor's getting all the keywords, but we'll be able to just start handling him next turn. I'm going to go ahead and drop a stress defense on him. We need to pop this spell shield, and I want to be able to hit him with a LeBlanc if we need to. He's going to be reasonably weak next turn.
I'll cut them apart. Face me.
Okay, we do have to worry about him a little bit, though. He's got elusive, so we can't just attack with Teemo, and we need to get a little bit of damage on him, and so the bloody business will do some work. Now, the way this should go is the round start that Nyandroid has 7 attack, So he should be the one getting stunned again, and then we're ready to answer the Viktor. And at worst, we should be able to block this stuff with Teemo.
Even the greatest mind likes pets.
All right, let's start here. I think he'll play another card. Oh, so let's stop. Let's stop. If he's gonna play another card, let's try and bloody business the Niandroid right now. And then if we get to play Teemo after the fact, we'll be back up to 4 mana and be able to do another bloody business. I guess we can do bloody business anyways because it's just reputation. But I think that was a fairly safe way to go about it. He's gonna want to play the Hex Core upgrade. Okay. Doesn't attack with the Flame Chompers. Okay. Making progress. So let's spend our 2 spell mana. We'll make a copy of LeBlanc. We'll throw Sigil of Malice at face or something. I don't think these cards matter just yet. And then if something goes completely wrong, we should still be able to, say, play Thorn of the Rose and then stun. Viktor getting all the spell shields. It's kind of annoying. And Overwhelm. That's reasonable to be worried about. How many puff caps is he at? 66? How much is it to play everything? We can play the Thorn and the Pup. You're not going to have enough like challengers to get too far out of this combat. Let's just go ahead and let's do this. We're going to Mushroom Cloud. We'll attack with Teemo. We should probably be able to just figure this out here, right? He doesn't have any mana, so he can't do anything else. We can add Thorn of the Rose, stun 1 unit, get the Puff Cap Pup in, and then I think we're safe.
Everything's easier behind a mask.
So we're going to stun his weakest one. So he's going to want to block both of our LeBlancs. Up to the left, then everybody else.
This is the fun part.
Okay, that's 10, so we'll be good in terms of getting the extra mirror images as well. All right, so we've got him to 5. He's got 320 puff caps in 40 cards. Nothing could go wrong, as we saw in that previous game. Absolutely nothing. 7 into 5. GG. So good stuff. Good set of battles. I know we had to take a break from the direct playthrough, if you've been following along daily, to get up to that level 13 so we could get up to the maximum power there. But I think we really got to showcase and show off what we were hoping to do. And so you can certainly get a lot of raw power coming out of this Teemo when we're playing him every turn and getting all of that bonus mana. So that was pretty good stuff. I enjoyed that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Busted Me. Thank you for being here.